It's 1917. The skies above France roar with the buzzing of wood and canvas biplanes. Sopwith camels, Fokker triplanes, and albatross fighters duel in chaotic dogfights, spitting out streams of .303 caliber bullets that can tear through fragile wings. This is the dawn of aerial warfare. Daring pilots circling each other at barely 100 miles per hour. But today, something impossible happens. Through a rip in time, a machine appears that no one in 1918 can comprehend. Sleek, gray, and deadly, it slices through the clouds like a phantom. It's the F-35 Lightning II, a fifth-generation stealth fighter jet from the 21st century. In the middle of the Great War, the most advanced aircraft on Earth just dropped into the most primitive dogfights in history. So, what happens when one F-35 faces an entire air force of World War I biplanes? The jet from the future. The F-35 is unlike anything these early pilots could imagine. Powered by a Pratt & Whitney F-135 turbofan engine, it generates 43,000 pounds of thrust, enough to push it past 1,200 miles per hour, faster than the speed of sound. The poor biplanes, meanwhile, top out at maybe 120 mph, slower than modern cars on the highway. This isn't a fight, it's a massacre waiting to happen. Its weapons are straight out of science fiction for 1980. The F-35 carries AIM-120 AMRAAM radar-guided missiles with a range of 100 miles, AIM-9X sidewinders for close combat, and a 25mm GAU-22, a cannon capable of shredding a wooden plane into splinters with a single burst. But its true superpower? Stealth and sensors. The biplanes fight with eyesight alone. Pilots squint into the wind, trying to spot enemies a few hundred yards away. The F-35, by contrast, sees everything with radar, infrared sensors, and helmet displays that track targets like a video game HUD. To the biplanes, the jet might as well be an invisible ghost, the first encounter. Picture it. Over the muddy trenches of the Western Front, a squadron of Sopwith camels takes flight. The pilots see a glint of metal far above them. They think it's another German triplane. They climb, straining their engines. And then it happens. A streak of fire rips across the sky. One of their planes vanishes in a ball of flame before they even hear a gunshot. The F-35 has launched an AMRAAM missile. For the first time in history, a weapon strikes from beyond visual range. The biplane pilots are stunned. Their friend just exploded without warning, from an enemy they couldn't even see. Before they can react, the jet swoops down. With a deafening roar, it breaks the sound barrier, leaving shockwaves that rattle wooden wings and threaten to tear fabric fuselages apart. The biplane pilots clutch their controls, barely hanging on. Then, the cannon opens fire. A burst of 25mm rounds tears through another plane, leaving it in pieces. For the pilots, it's like fighting a dragon, armed with thunder and numbers, versus technology. But here's the catch. World War I aircraft are everywhere. Germany, Britain, and France combined deployed tens of thousands of planes by 19. What if hundreds of them swarmed the F-35? At some point, numbers start to matter. Sure, the jet can fly at 1,200 miles, but it burns fuel fast. In combat, it might last 2 hours tops before needing to refuel. In 1917, there are no aerial tankers, no maintenance crews, no spare missiles. Once it expends its payload, 4 AMRAAMs, 2 sidewinders, and 180 cannon rounds. It's down to stealth, speed, and intimidation. Meanwhile, the biplanes can swarm endlessly. Each one is armed with twin Vickers, or Spandau machine guns. They can't penetrate the F-35's stealth skin, but a lucky burst into its engine, or canopy, could cripple it. And there's another problem. Maintenance. The F-35 is a high-tech diva. It needs computers, technicians, and specialized fuel. In 1917, none of that exists. Once its fuel runs out, the jet becomes nothing more than a grounded artifact, a trophy for whichever side captures it. Psychological shockwave. Still, the immediate effect of the F-35 would be devastating. Imagine being a pilot in barely used to the idea of machine guns on planes. And suddenly watching an invisible phantom slaughter entire squadrons without ever being touched. Morale would collapse overnight. Rumors of a super weapon would spread across Europe. Soldiers in the trenches might look up and see the sky rip open with fire and thunder. To them, it wouldn't be a plane. It would be sorcery. For the Allies, it would be a miracle weapon. For the Germans, it would be terror incarnate. But again, it's not sustainable. Without fuel, ammo, and maintenance, the jet can only dominate for a few hours, maybe a day at best. After that, it's grounded, leaving its advanced technology vulnerable to reverse engineering decades ahead of schedule.